Alright everyone, and welcome back to That Variety Nerd. I'm Christina, and today we are diving into some more 2K20 news. Goodness, we are officially 3 weeks out from the game, and I just want to know who everyone's, like, you know what I mean? I want to know who's all in the game, and all that good stuff. But we did get a little nugget of information yesterday. My apologies, I had like a literal 15-hour workday. Yay, grad school. I'm not kidding, I love school. But yeah, so we had the soundtrack get revealed yesterday, and so what I thought I'd do is that I'd share my personal rankings of the songs that will be coming up in just a second, some personal anecdotes, possible alternatives, all that good stuff. Ones that stick out more to me and all that good stuff as well. So I ranked them, and just it's mainly my unsolicited opinion, but there's a good mixture. There's 12 total tracks. It's like indie, alternative, rock, it's a good mixture, I think, just given the artists here. So here are all the artists, here are all the song titles, so if you need to take a screenshot, this is your screenshot opportunity. The link is in the description down below to this. So I say let's head on over to my unsolicited opinion ranking list with a really pretty table. Alright, so this is the can't skip, won't skip column, the good/okay column, and the skippable one. Skippable is pretty self-explanatory. Can't skip, won't skip, pretty much self-explanatory as well. The good/okay one basically just means like it's a good song. It could have been, there are better songs from these artists, but they're not like bad songs. Like they at least make sense with the overall soundtrack. The ones that are skippable make little to no sense, or I just have a personal beef with it in general. Again, this is my unsolicited opinion. So we have Wonderful Life, Dark Side, Low High, Gimme, and Burning Man in the top 5. That's actually kind of in order, I would say. So Wonderful Life, again, Bring Me the Horizon. They've worked with WWE before. The Seth Rollins 24 special, I think from a couple years ago, featured the song Thrown in there. I know NXT also used like Happy Song in their takeover promo, also from I think 2015, 2016, somewhere in that artery. So they've used Bring Me the Horizon before with superstars, with video packages, and in NXT. Dark Side by Muse, really solid song. It's very futuristic-y. It just sounds like it belongs in a video game soundtrack somewhere, and I think it's great. I like the title of it. I think it's a good fit just in general. Obviously Muse has a lot of material that they could have combed through. But I also got to see Muse live 2.5 years ago when I went to Bunbury Music Festival up in Cincinnati. I actually volunteered there for about 8 hours, and so I got in for free the whole weekend, and it was just so much fun. And I'll never forget just walking. I actually got smart and left at the last song or two. It was already after midnight, so my shift was over anyway. I just remember hearing Knights of Sidonia as I was walking along the Ohio River, and just seeing all the stars. It was a perfect night. It was 60 degrees or something like that in the middle of the summer. It was quite great. It was one of those images that's still just stuck in my head almost. But they're amazing live if you get the opportunity to see them. Worth every single penny. Go listen to their music. Another just awesome band in general. The Black Keys is next with Low High. Another song that gets referred to with Low High is another song called Breaking Down. They sound very similar. And of course, Black Keys most recently worked with WWE for the song Let Go, which is the SummerSlam 2019 theme song, which all three of those songs are on the same album that just came out this summer, so their most recent album. Go check out that album as soon as you can. It's only 35, 40 minutes long, so it's on the shorter end, but it's oh, it's so good. Every song is just awesome. And not to mention, I gotta send some love to my Northeast Ohio dudes too. Fellow Northeast Ohioans. All right, then Gimme by Banks. So if you're familiar with Billie Eilish, you'll really like Banks. Billie Eilish came after Banks, but Banks has, this song felt like a Nelly Furtado sort of song, or Furtado sort of song. So Nelly Furtado had songs I'm Like a Bird, or I Like a Bird, something like that. But when she went edgy in mid to late 2000s, she had songs like Promiscuous, for example. So that kind of reminded me of that. And I just, outside of the really weird intro, if you go to listen to it, it's just a solid song. I can't describe it anything else than that. Burning Man, Post Malone was in last year's game in 2K19 with a very censored rock star. But the general music, lyrics, everything, the song was actually really good. I just prefer Banks over Burning Man, but those two are pretty close to each other, just in general. Then we got into the good/okay column. Metal by Poppy is on there. So Poppy is more of a lesser known name in music, but Poppy was recently featured with one other artist. I think it's Fever something. Right after NXT TakeOver, I think it was within the next 2 weeks on NXT TV, where they played a promo that was called the Scary Mask promo, as they refer to it on the YouTube version of it. I'll have it linked in the description down below, but it's really cool. It goes through Io Shirai's like transformation in character, and it's so fitting. It's so cool. I would have probably put that one in this one too, but Metal actually works good because it sounds good, and I just really like her voice. I don't know how else to describe it. Stigmata, kind of the same thing. Grandson worked with NXT for Brooklyn 4, so last year, with the song Blood/Water. Blood double / water, I guess that's how you would pronounce it. I don't know, but if you hear that song, you'll know. You will know. But they also did that song, which I think should have been in this game possibly too. And they also have another song called Dark Side, so we could have had 2 Dark Side songs, because that's kind of the theme between Women's Evolution and Dark Side this year, which I'm kind of here for it. It's weird and wacky, but hey, that's what video games are for, right? I like a little bit of wackiness in my wrestling. Then we have, and again, Grandson's not necessarily my cup of tea all the time, but it's still a good song, and I can't, complain about a bad song. Barnes Courtney with 99. I love Barnes Courtney's music. If you hear some of Barnes Courtney's music, you won't actually know it's Barnes Courtney until you look it up. Again, 99, it was 20 years ago. Like, I get what they were going for here, yada, 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 because it's 20th anniversary of SmackDown. However, Barnes Courtney recently, as of like a couple of months ago, or within the last year, they had the song Champion. I'm pretty positive it was for Clash of Champions. But they had the song Champion in there. I think they used Fire as well, or Hellfire. But those 3 songs I think would be better alternatives. So Fire, Hellfire, and also Champion, I think would be really good fits for a 2K soundtrack in a WWE game. Dirty, as much as it pained me to put Molly Crew this low in the list, but they have better songs. They have better songs. Machine Gun Kelly, as much as I do not like Machine Gun Kelly's music, and it's actually really funny because I was actually at that Monday Night Raw where he had that performance back in 2015. It's like July 2015. It was like when Kevin Owens first got to the main roster. Basically, he threw Machine Gun Kelly off the stage and like through a table, and I think like I was the only one that found that like, yeah, or whatever, because I thought I was so edgy at the age of 19. But that's a thing that happened. I'll try to find the clip and link in the description down below. It's pretty solid. Anyway, just not my cup of tea. Machine Gun Kelly was actually one of the highlights. The instrumental parts were good. Just something about this song just did not click with me. I don't know if it was the lyrics or what, but you'll sort of see this as a trend as we're going on. So onto the skippable ones. So I'll go out of order a little bit, but Icy Girl, it just, outside of like, okay, we have another female voice in this game with an attitude, I don't see it. Like, the lyrics make no sense to me. The beat's like decent at most, but other than that, I don't see any positives about it. Hybrid Moments by the Misfits. That one's literally only 1 minute and 42 seconds long, and I'm noticing that they're doing that like with every game where it's like, let's find all these punk songs that are like a minute long, and it's like, no, like I want like a solid 3-minute song here. But that one just also didn't fit in with like a soundtrack, video game, or otherwise. And then Tour Life by Lil Uzi Vert, I found out recently that was the song that kept me up, that was constantly getting played between fall of 2016 and the winter into 2017. It literally kept me up outside of my apartment. People would blare it for hours on end outside of my apartment. And it was like, oh God, why? So I I feel like I lost 5 years off of my life because I was getting woken up at like 3, 4 in the morning because of that, or I was being kept up until 3, 4 in the morning. And then I have to go into work at like 8 or 9. And it was not great, fam. It was not great. Now that I look back on it with a more like not so angsty and angry lens, it's like a decent song, and I can see sort of how it fits in a little bit with the rest of the soundtrack. The other 2 songs just don't fit in anywhere other than like maybe Sweetie's, attitude, beat, I don't know, but just the skippable ones just kind of didn't fit in with the rest of the songs to me. Maybe the EXO Tour Life song kind of makes sense, but other than that, the other 2 songs just didn't really fit in with the rest of the soundtrack to me. So let me know what you all think about the soundtrack in the comments down below. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and go follow me over on Twitch. All these links are in the description down below. And again, thank you all so much for watching. Please stay tuned for some more WWE 2K goodness. We're 3 weeks out. Get excited. We're going to be going through the showcase mode and the 2K originals first, so get excited about that. And then we'll probably go into my career in November. So cool. So on that happy note, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.